Hey, what's up, you bums? Tolbert here, coming at you with a lesson for Monday, May the 11th. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you all had a fantastic weekend. Some for you update number one, including this week. We only have 3 weeks left in the school year, which is pretty exciting. Um, I'm probably as tired of e-learning as you are, but we got to keep our nose to the grindstone for this last little bit. So, as an update, we got 3 weeks of um, lessons, and then we have 1 week of you guys being able to make up, catch up, turn in everything that you have not turned in. For those of you that are way, 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 way behind, I've spoken to several of you. Uh, don't get overwhelmed. Getting overwhelmed will result in you doing nothing. We just need to make a plan, and I can make a plan with you, and we'll be good. All right. Thing number two, grades. Grades are being typed in slowly but surely. My grade book is being a big giant pain in the butt. If you're in the grade book, first and second period, this applies to you, and you see a purple slash, that means exempt. That means that I'm not going to put a grade in for that assignment in the grade book, but it won't let me delete it for whatever reason, and I don't know why. So that's the best I could do. If you're looking at the grade book and you got a blue dot, that blue dot means incomplete, which means that it is due, it is going in the grade book, and you have not done it yet. So please do it. They're still giving us more and more and more updates about grading policy and everything else. So we're just kind of, there's Katie, we're just kind of working with it as we're going along. Thing number three, I am checking every single assignment. It takes forever. Some of you guys are turning in blank documents. I can't give you a 0, so I'm giving you a 1. Some of you are out of 100. Some of you are turning in the same assignment multiple times. You're getting credit for it once, and that's it. Don't try to pull a fast one. I got you. All right. So get your stuff done. And then I think I've decided, update number 4, I am not going to shave, or obviously I can't get a haircut now, but I'm not going to get a haircut until I can go back in and teach in the classroom. I had long hair once upon a time. We might let it see how long it'll get. That might be a bad idea. I don't know. We'll figure it out. All right. So today I've got everything updated in Power School Learning. Like I said, this is the assignment for 511. Not a lot of notes to write down, but we do have the Holocaust web quest. I want to make sure I got enough time to get in there and get something. And star alert, test on Thursday, study guide on Wednesday. There's one term that you will not write down, but I'm going to explain it in this video. So if you send me a message saying, I don't know what second death means, I know. That's right. I got my. All right. Notes real quick. So, um, we talked about the war coming to an end in Europe. Um, and as the war came to an end, we started to realize several things. Number one, we knew that Hitler was anti Semitic. A Semite is a Jewish person. Um, he was anti Semitic. Uh, we knew he was rounding up people. We didn't know the extent until the end of the war. And then we started finding concentration camps. And that's when it became very apparent to us and the Russians just how bad it was. Over 6 million Jewish people died. Guys, there were only 9 million Jewish people that lived in Europe at the time. Hitler killed over 66% of the Jewish population. People don't talk about, though, guys, the other 5 million people that he killed that he deemed undesirable, that were undesired in society. That included gypsies, that included people with mental and physical handicaps, that included gay people, that included a long laundry list of people that weren't exactly like him. And so, just to get some images from it, he believed that Jewish people were underniche, that they were less than human, that they were less than this. Just some of these images are ridiculous. This is inside a concentration camp here on the left. You see how closely cramped people are right here in this image on the right. This is where this was a men's quarters. Yes, this is like a chicken house. This is where people raise chickens to go send to slaughter. Like, there's no mattress on this. This guy right here is Elie Wiesel. He's the author of the book Night and several other works. Very, very prolific Jewish author who's pictured here. He did survive. He just passed away a couple years ago, actually. But Guys, these prisoners were mistreated, underfed, diseased. They were used for all different kinds of experiments. They would put Jewish children in this. They were trying to see how cold their scuba equipment could keep you alive. And so they would put kids in it and they would make the water colder and colder until it killed a kid. And then they would do a different kid and then they would average it out, right? And another one in this image here, this is starving kids. They wanted to see how long a kid would survive if they just didn't feed them, which is unreal. Um, Several notorious camps. I'm going to kind of skip through that. We did liberate a lot of camps. And when we found those camps, we realized just how bad it was, like the mass graves, everything else. It's really hard to talk about from a human standpoint. Like I couldn't even imagine having to go through this. I'm complaining about having to sit in my air conditioned and heated apartment and watch TV all day long and I can't go outside. These people had their entire families killed. Like it's crazy when you put it in perspective. And that leads us into the assignment and this idea of second death. If you click on the assignment, guys, it opens up the Holocaust web exploration. The answers to all of these questions are here on this website. If you click on it, it has the link right there. It opens it up, it goes right here. Guys, the directions go step by step. It tells you exactly how to get to every single thing. If you don't know, there is a magical search button right here. You can click search and you can type in whatever it is. Don't Google this. I'm looking for what's specifically on the website, right? If you come here and it says go to the menu, you click the menu, it might say go to exhibition, or it might say go to collection, or it might say whatever, right? It might say online exhibition. I think it does. I think it's the first one. And it takes you like I've got it set up step by step. This is the website for oh man, I was hoping that would make me full screen. That didn't do it. I'll make myself bigger for this. Cool. Um, this is the website for the Holocaust Memorial Museum in Washington D.C. I went there when I was about 19 or 20, and I bawled like a baby. It is the most powerful museum I've ever been to in my life. Um, I don't even know if I spoke for the rest of the day. It was just so heavy, and a lot of the stuff on this website is extremely heavy, um, extremely, extremely. And so, why are we spending time on this? Why do we have a museum? Why do we do this? There is a Jewish idea, and this is also popular in a lot of Hispanic cultures, the idea of a second death. If we were in the classroom, I would give you guys an exercise in which I would have you pair up, and I would give you a minute to tell me about your parents. Go. And you can probably tell me your parents' names, where they're from, how they met, if they're still alive, if you still live with them, if they split up, whatever it might be. And after the minute, you'll have talked the whole time. And then next up, I would say grandparents. And you would talk and talk. And then I would say great grandparents. And then it might start to get harder. And then I could say great great grandparents. And there's an idea in the Jewish faith that you die twice. The first time you die is when you leave this earth. That's your physical death. The second time is when no one remembers who you are or what happened to you. And how heavy is that? Like my grandmother, she passed away 3 years ago in a car accident. It's coming up on 4 years ago now. She's had her first death, but her memory still lives on. I mean, I've permanently marked my body for her memory a couple times. Um, like she means a lot to me. But here's the thing: none of her grandkids had kids. She didn't get to see any of us get married. So if I have kids, they'll never know her. So whenever I and my sisters die, my brother dies, so will my grandmother for the second time. And it's a very heavy idea, but with the Holocaust and other things, Elie Wiesel and other people have said, if we allow it to die for the second time, then it'll happen again because people are evil. Not everyone, but people are capable of evil things. And if we don't do something to prevent, it can happen again. Very, very heavy stuff. So that and second death is the idea that you die twice, is on the study guide for Wednesday. I'll make reference on Wednesday whenever I tell you about the study guide. It's like, for those of you that know, where to find that last term. Um, I'm just curious how many people are going to send me a message like, what second death? I can't find it. And I'm going to say, hi, you didn't watch the videos. All right, that's all I got. If you need any help with anything, have any questions, hit me up in your mind, send me an email. Grades will be updated by the end of the day, Monday. And I hope you all have a good beginning to your week, and I'll talk to you later.